Hello students, today I am here with some important questions from the chapter Life Processes which are based on the topic transportation in plants and animals. So I'll be discussing these questions in brief over here because I assume that you have already seen the videos. So you'll be able to give the answers to those questions only if you have seen the videos nicely. In case you have not seen the videos, please do see lecture number 5 and 6 of the chapter Life Processes, which has already been posted on the channel. So let's start with the questions. The first question is, why is it necessary to separate oxygenated and deoxygenated blood in birds and mammals? The answer to this question is that since the birds and the mammals are warm blooded, their energy requirements are more. So they cannot tolerate the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated bloods. That is why they have a completely four chambered heart also. The second is, what are the differences between the transport of materials in xylem and phloem? This has been discussed in detail in lecture number 6. So I advise you to watch that lecture and find out the answer to this question there. Plants absorb water from the soil. How does this water reach the treetops? Again, the answer lies in lecture number 6 over here. You have to tell in detail about the transpiration pull, that water evaporates from the leaves in the form of water vapor, which creates a suction force, and it is because of this suction force that the water is pulled up through the xylem channel from the roots to the treetops. Then describe the transport of materials and food in plants. In this question, you have to describe both the things. First, you will tell how water goes inside the roots by active transport, and then you will tell about the transpiration pull, which pulls up the water to the treetops. So this question has to be answered in detail in two main paragraphs, and this can carry a weightage of 3 marks in your exams. The next question is, list the structural differences between arteries and veins. The answer to this question we have discussed very much in detail in lecture number 5. So see that lecture in case you have missed out. Why is the flow of blood through the heart known as double circulation? This is very simple if you have seen the lectures. Blood flows twice through the heart in one complete cycle. Once it flows in the form of oxygenated blood, and then it flows in the form of deoxygenated blood. That is why it is known as double circulation. In one complete cycle, it takes 2 rounds of the heart, right? Then why do ventricles have thicker and more muscular walls than atria? Because when the atria contract, they just have to push the blood to the ventricles. But when the ventricles contract, the contraction has to be very forceful so that the blood is pumped to each and every organ of our body. You can imagine the extremities of our body, the toes, the fingers, everywhere the blood has to go. So only if the if the contraction will be forceful, will the blood be able to travel to such distances. That is why the contraction of the ventricles has to be forceful, and that is why they have thicker and more muscular walls as compared to the atria. Then what is the function of valves in the human heart? The valves, they prevent the backflow of the blood in human heart. This can be asked as a question which is based on reasoning based question. The valves, they prevent the backflow of the blood. Then distinguish between plasma and lymph. For this, I advise you to watch lecture number 5. It has been discussed in detail over there. You will find the answer there. Okay, the next question, that is our question number 10, is what are the components of the transport system in human beings? This you must know that basically blood and lymph are the two transport systems that are present in human beings. And what are the functions of these components? For this, you will have to explain the different components of blood as well as lymph. This we have discussed in detail in lecture number 5. Blood, RBCs, WBCs, platelets as well as plasma. You will tell what are the functions of each of these 4 components. Plus you will also tell the function of lymph over here. Lymph you will find in lecture number 6, right? So blood is discussed in lecture number 5 and lymph has been discussed in lecture number 6. So please refer to those videos to find the correct answer to question number 10. And this question can be asked as a 5 marks question also. So please be very particular about the points that you are mentioning, it should be according to a 5 marks question, the length of the answer as well as the points that you are writing. Then question number 11, which is the last question from this topic. What happens to the heart when muscles work harder? Obviously, when the muscles work harder, the oxygen requirement of the body increases. So the heart has to pump the blood faster. So the rate of beating of the heart will increase. The heartbeat will go up. It will increase. So the heart has to work harder when the muscles have to work harder. Which body system is directly affected when a person has a heart disease? Since the heart is the main pumping organ of our body, it affects the circulatory system the most. So if the heart is affected, our circulatory system is the system that is going to be affected the most. And the last part is, which cells increase in number during infection? This I expect you to know the answer. But still, for the sake of those who don't know the answer, I'll just be telling you that they are the WBCs because they are the soldiers of a body and they help the body in fighting infections. So please write these 11 questions along with their answers in your notebooks because these are very, very important questions from this topic.